All right, guys, stop what you are doing for a second. Arsenal just won 1-0 away at Sporting CP in one of the biggest games of this season. They are now 90 minutes away from the Champions League semi-finals. And today, the whole squad is back at London Colney, training, smiling, focused, and ready to finish the job on Wednesday night. This is not a drill. This is really happening. So let me break everything down for you. The training news, the injury updates, what Fabrizio Romano has been saying, and why Wednesday's match at the Emirates is one of the most important nights in this club's recent history. Grab your tea, sit down, and let's talk about it. How did we get here? Before we talk about today's training session, let me quickly remind you how Arsenal got to this point, because this Champions League run has been nothing short of brilliant. Arsenal knocked out Bayer Leverkusen in the round of 16. That was a statement. A 3-1 win over 2 legs against a German side that had previously been one of the best teams in Europe. And then Fabrizio Romano himself confirmed it. The quarter-final draw was set, and Arsenal got Sporting CP of Portugal. Romano posted on X, confirming the quarter-final matchups across Europe. Bayern versus Real Madrid, Barcelona versus Atletico, PSG versus Liverpool, and then Sporting CP versus Arsenal. The whole football world was watching. Now, Sporting are no pushovers. These guys actually pulled off one of the most dramatic comebacks in recent Champions League history just to reach this stage. They were 3-0 down on aggregate against Bodo Glimt in the previous round, 3 goals down, and they came back to win 5-3 overall. That is a team with serious character and serious firepower. So nobody should have been underestimating them. Nobody should have been sleeping on this tie. The first leg, a goal that changed everything. The first leg took place on Tuesday, April 7th, at the Estadio José Alvalade in Lisbon. And Arsenal went there, away from home, in a loud Portuguese atmosphere, and came back with a 1-0 win. 1 goal, a clean sheet, 3 points of advantage heading into the home leg. Now, I know some of you will say, it's only 1 goal, anything can happen. And yes, you are right. Football is unpredictable. But think about what Arsenal had to deal with going into that first leg. Bukayo Saka was out. Fabrizio Romano confirmed it himself, saying Arteta confirmed Saka would not travel to Portugal after missing Arsenal's recent games. Saka, their most important attacking player, not even on the plane. And Arsenal still went and won. That says everything about the depth of this squad right now. Trossard stepped up. Rice was a wall in midfield. Saliba was incredible at the back, as usual. And Zubimendi showed exactly why Arsenal fought so hard to bring him to the club. It was not pretty. It was not a 4-0 destruction. But sometimes in European football, 1-0 away from home is the most professional result you can get. Ask any experienced manager and they will tell you the same thing. You take the win, you protect the clean sheet, and you bring it back to your place. That is exactly what Arsenal did. Today, back in training, the whole squad. So here we are, Monday, April 13th. Arsenal are back at London Colney today, preparing for the second leg on Wednesday. And the news coming out of the training ground is honestly brilliant. The whole team is there. Everyone is happy. Everyone is focused. The mood is good. But the one name that has everybody talking, Piero Hincapié, is back. Now let me explain why this is such a big deal. During the international break, Hincapié had to leave the Ecuador national team camp early due to a physical issue. Fabrizio Romano reported it at the time. He said Hincapié had withdrawn from international duty with a physical problem and that no risks were being taken. The player returned to London for further tests. Then there were concerns. Was it serious? How long would he be out? And reports before the first leg even suggested he was a doubt for the Sporting match. One outlet noted that Arteta himself described the issue as serious at the time. But here we are today. He is training with the squad. He is back. And that is a massive boost. Why does Hincapié matter so much? Because this guy has been quietly one of Arsenal's best performers this season. He came in on loan from Bayer Leverkusen last summer, and Arteta himself called him a warrior. That word means something coming from Arteta. He does not throw compliments around easily. Hincapié can play centre-back, he can play left-back, he is calm on the ball, strong in the air, and he times his tackles brilliantly. In a team that has had injury problems at the back all season, with Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba and Calafiori all missing games at various points, Hincapié has been the glue holding the defensive unit together. And here is something even bigger that most people are not talking about enough. Fabrizio Romano has already confirmed that Hincapie will become Arsenal's first permanent signing of the summer. A 5-year contract has already been agreed. The deal with Bayer Leverkusen is worth around €52 million. Romano put it simply, Piero Hincapie already feels like a permanent Arsenal player. This is someone who is going nowhere. He is here for the long term. And seeing him back in training today, ahead of a Champions League quarter-final second leg, is the kind of news that gives you real confidence. Can you imagine going into the semi-finals with Hincapie fully fit alongside Saliba? That back four would be absolutely terrifying for any opposition striker to face. The players who are ready and why each one matters. Let me go through the names that are confirmed available for Wednesday because every single one of them is important. Leandro Trossard. This man has been underrated for years and he keeps proving people wrong. He stepped up when Saka was missing in the first leg and he will be key again at the Emirates. He works incredibly hard, he can play in multiple positions across the front line, and he scores big goals in big moments. If Saka is still not fully ready, Trossard is the man to fill that role. Declan Rice, honestly, what more can you say about this guy? He is the heartbeat of this Arsenal team, the engine, the destroyer, the leader. In big European nights, Rice turns up. He is everywhere on that pitch, breaking up attacks, driving forward, setting the tempo. Sporting will have to go through him if they want to get anything from this second leg. Good luck with that. William Saliba. Honestly, I think Saliba is one of the 2 or 3 best centre-backs in the world right now. He is composed, he is fast, he is dominant in the air, and he almost never makes a mistake. He did not play for France recently during the international break. They were careful with him, and he is now fully refreshed and ready. Sporting's attackers will have a very long evening trying to find a way past him. Martin Zubimendi. Now this one is interesting. Before the international break, Fabrizio Romano actually reported that Zubimendi had left the Spain national team camp due to knee discomfort. Arsenal fans were worried, but he is now fit and training with the squad, and that is a relief. Zubimendi has been excellent since arriving at Arsenal, a composed, intelligent midfielder who reads the game beautifully. Having both him and Rice in the middle gives Arsenal a platform that is very hard to beat. Are you noticing something? Every key player is available, every single one. That does not happen by accident. The medical team at Arsenal have done a brilliant job managing players through a very difficult period. The Premier League loss and why it actually does not worry me. Now I need to address the elephant in the room. Arsenal lost their most recent Premier League match. And yes, that stings. Nobody likes losing. The fans were frustrated. Social media was going wild. But here is what I want to say, and I genuinely believe this. Sometimes a defeat in one competition can actually sharpen your focus for another. Arsenal know what is at stake now. They know they cannot afford to be sloppy. They know this Champions League run is something special and rare, and they are not about to throw it away. The training session today proves that. The squad showed up, they worked hard, and by all accounts the atmosphere was positive. Not panicking, not defeated, focused, hungry, ready. Arteta is very good at this. He is very good at keeping his players mentally strong after a setback and redirecting that energy towards the next game. The players trust him and he trusts them. Which actually brings me to another massive piece of news from Fabrizio Romano. Arteta is staying, and that is bigger than people think. Romano dropped some very important information recently. He revealed that Arsenal and Arteta have already been in active conversations since January and February about a new contract. Talks have been going on quietly in the background for months, but, and this is the important part, both Arteta and the club agreed to put those contract conversations to one side for now. Why? Because there is a Champions League quarter-final to win. There is a Premier League title to chase. The focus is 100% on the pitch right now, not on paperwork. Romano said that the trust between Arsenal and Arteta is total. Total. That word matters. There is no uncertainty here, no drama, no behind-the-scenes tension. Just a manager and a club that are completely aligned on what they are building together. Think about what that means for the players. When you have a manager who is fully committed, whose future is not in question, who has the full backing of the club, that creates stability, that creates confidence. That creates a winning environment. This is not the Arsenal of 10 years ago, constantly changing managers and direction. This is a club with a clear identity, a clear plan, and a manager who believes in it completely. What Wednesday looks like, and why I think Arsenal go through, let me be honest with you. Arsenal have a 65.7% chance of advancing, according to the numbers. But forget the statistics for a second. Let me tell you why I feel confident about this. Arsenal have a 1-goal lead. They are playing at the Emirates. Their fans will be absolutely electric on Wednesday night. The full squad is fit and ready. Hincapie is back from injury. Saliba is refreshed. Rice is fired up. Zubimendi is healthy. And Sporting CP, they are coming to London needing to score at least 1 goal just to draw level. They need to win or draw with goals to go through. That means they have to come out and attack. And when teams have to come out and attack against Arsenal, against that defensive structure, against Saliba and Rice, it tends to go very badly for them. Remember Atletico Madrid at the Emirates earlier this season in the league phase? Arsenal put 4 past them. 4. The Emirates can be an absolutely fortress when the crowd gets behind the team. Now, will Sporting just sit back and accept defeat? No. They have Victor Gyökeres, one of the most dangerous strikers in Europe right now. This guy scored goals for fun at Sporting this season. He is electric, he is physical, he is a problem, but Saliba has dealt with the best strikers in Europe all season. And with Hincapie potentially alongside him, Arsenal's defensive setup is as good as it gets. The one thing I want Arsenal to be careful about, not sitting too deep, not being so focused on protecting the 1-0 lead that they invite pressure. Arsenal need to be brave. They need to press high, win the ball back quickly, and use Trossard and whoever else starts in those forward positions to punish Sporting on the counter. Do that, and Arsenal are in the semi-finals. A quick word on the semi-finals, and what it would mean if Arsenal go through on Wednesday, and I genuinely believe they will. They would be in the Champions League semi-finals. Let me just say that again slowly. The Champions League semi-finals. Fabrizio Romano confirmed the Champions League final will be held in Budapest this season. Budapest. Can you picture Arsenal fans flying out to Budapest for a Champions League final? That would be absolutely incredible. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. Semi-finals first. And to get there, 90 minutes at the Emirates on Wednesday is all that stands between Arsenal and history. So what do you think? I want to hear from you. Are you confident Arsenal go through? Or are you still nervous about Gyökeres and what Sporting can do? Do you think Hincapie starts on Wednesday? And does his return change the defensive plan? And what about Arteta's contract situation? Does it give you confidence knowing he is fully committed and in talks to extend? Or do you think Arsenal should get that deal done sooner rather than later? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. This is our moment. Look, Arsenal have had near misses before. We know that. The Premier League title races that went to the last day and slipped away. The Champions League exits that hurt. The moments where it felt like it just was not going to happen for this team. But this squad feels different. This group of players has a hunger and a quality that previous Arsenal teams did not have. Rice in midfield, Saliba at the back, Trossard, Zubimendi, Hincapie, a squad so deep and so well built that even when Saka misses the first leg of a Champions League quarter-final, they still go and win. Wednesday night at the Emirates is not just a football match. It is a statement about where this club is going. It is a chance to show the whole of Europe that Arsenal are genuine contenders, not merely men, not almost there, real serious contenders. The squad is back in training, everyone is fit, everyone is happy, everyone is focused. This is our moment, and I genuinely cannot wait for Wednesday night. Come on, Arsenal.